All right. We are officially streaming.
All right.
So, I don't even know where to begin.
Me neither. We're done.
Yeah. So, I'll take it back to the start. So, this morning I showed up and Sarah was sitting here in our little kind of mock studio that is the exact opposite of what you'd want for a studio because it's so really loud and there's hard surfaces everywhere. But we've made it work all day. Sarah crushed how many
12
interviews? 12 interviews.
Right.
I've been posting about her all day. She's been doing the same for me. So if you guys are new to me talking about her or new to Sarah, she is here with Anthro Dish podcast. So check her out. She had some amazing interviews today with some amazing speakers. We just actually went in, both of us, and watched two of her guests do their actual talk, and it was incredible. I feel like you kind of hit a home run with some of your guests today.
Yeah, there were a lot of emotional connections around food, and I kind of had, when I looked at the speaker list, it was whoever jumped out at the page to me, but I also kind of felt that there was this sort of connection, and then seeing them speak and hearing them in the interviews, that was really affirmed for me. Like they come with these connections, and they're so clear on how they connect to food and how that has shaped their lives, which even for me, like that's still really hard for me to think about clearly. So
yeah,
they're great.
Can we talk about kind of summarizing the day for you? Like, what was it like for you? Was it what you expected? Was it not? I know we talked about kind of like what we learned, but like, what was your big takeaway from today? Was it as you assumed it was going to be?
No, not at all. I didn't really know what to expect at all, because this is my first time doing any sort of media for any sort of food event, or any event really. And I think the really cool thing about it was how open and excited people were to share their stories, to talk on a podcast, as we were talking about earlier. Because I'm also from academia, where like if you send an email out to someone to come on the show, they're like, I don't know, like I don't want to. So the excitement that people brought into this like pop-up bar thing, whatever you want to call it.
I think it's like a coat check area. I think that's what it actually built for.
Basically.
Yeah.
So that, and then also, we were talking about this a little bit earlier too, but the fact that so many people in the food industry are really passionate about changing the food system, and they're all kind of in unison about this idea, was really shocking to me. I didn't know it was like such a clear commonality amongst all of them.
Yeah, it is. It's refreshing. I think the biggest hurdle we still have to get over, and I think I look at it in a slightly different lens from you, only because I traveled out of province to come here. So I still feel like there are, and we kind of talked about this again off air, like I still kind of feel like there's still silos a bit in our industry, like there is in every industry. But events like this help to knock that down. But I just feel like we need to really involve coast to coast to coast for us to get a better understanding of, again, where we're going, why we're going there, what are we trying to do. But this is a great step to see, again, the community come together and the stories that have been told. And again, like, shout out to everyone that's been either on my show today or Sarah's podcast for being, like Sarah said, so open and so into what we're doing, because it really, this is in my opinion, I don't speak for Sarah, but like the platform that you should be looking to be on, because this is where people are consuming media, and it's such an easy way to come on, share your message unedited, and that is such a special thing, I think, personally.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, I don't know about your audiences, but I've had a lot of people reach out who I wouldn't normally know or get in touch with, and they've reached out through social media after finding the show, after listening, and also come with these amazing stories and experiences, and then we kind of become friends, and then some of the guests come on, and it's exciting to connect guests and audiences just beyond the show and create this like community. And I think that's something around food podcasting that is super special and important. It's an amazing industry. It is so dynamic. I said that in my intro, that this is the most dynamic industry that there is in the world, and I truly believe that. It involves all of us. Biologically, we all need to eat, so we are all involved whether we like it or not. As much as today was about some very important topics, it was also about fun topics as well. And I think just the interview we just did very quickly there, that kind of summarizes, like, yes, we have serious issues. You and I talked earlier about like food racism and food sovereignty and all of these things that can be a lot to digest, pardon the pun, and a lot to chew on, pardon the pun. But at the end of the day, let's have fun with food. Let's engage and enjoy, because that's what, for me, why I love this space so much, is bring people together over food to have conversation. And I'm really excited about
the outcome of today. It was really cool to obviously meet you and work with you today, and interview the people that we interviewed. And I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm going to anyway.
Okay.
Highlight of the day for you as far as a guest?
Oh, without question, I'm going to say this wrong. Gefilte-Terrior.
We'll put it in the show notes.
Gosh. So Liz Alpert and Jeffrey, I'm so sorry for forgetting his last name, but they are the co-owners of Gefilte-Terrior.
It's all right.
I kept saying it in the interview wrong too, and I had to get them to remind me. But they're bringing Jewish cuisine back and doing it in a really exciting way and in a very flexible way. But hearing them share their stories was just there's something about it that I was just so enamored by. Their answers were so honest, and they were genuinely happy and excited to be here, which to me is always a treat as a podcaster.
Yeah.
You want that excitement and that connection. And they just they were thinking about their food beyond just how the Jewish community was reacting, and really thinking about other minorities as well, and again also having fun in the process. And to me, being able to blend and kind of braid all these things together is really cool.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
it's about having fun and having fun with food.
Yeah. What was your highlight? Sorry.
No, I appreciate you asking. Honestly, it was just I really enjoyed when we just took a moment to ourselves and we stepped inside.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Gilly's. Is that how you say it? Gilly. Yeah, I really enjoyed Gilly's talk. I think she's so impressive. But outside of that experience, just people. Oh God, it's hard to pick one.
I know.
I honestly, as I sit here, I can't remember anyone that I sat down with today.
Our brains are so fried right
now. Yeah. It's an easy answer for me to grab at potentially, but just again, much to your point, everyone sat down that was so open to sharing, and they were, you know what? The fact that I'm going to shout out not 9 to 5.
They're amazing.
Because the fact that we recorded twice, technically only one of them worked, but they came back, and I just really appreciate what they're doing, and they're facilitating a platform for people to have tough conversations that need to be had in our industry, in all industries, but obviously our industry is super demanding on people. So I will fly their flag as much as I can, and I really enjoyed our conversation today. I thought they had some great wisdom to share and things that we can take away as an industry and put into practice, which I think is super beneficial. It's great to hear someone speak, but let's give them some tools to use, which I feel not 9 to 5 is doing. So shout out to you guys for doing that and taking time to come onto the show twice.
Yeah.
Any last comments?
The food was great.
Food was great.
There's that.
Yeah, Terrior Symposium.
Surprise.
All of you vendors, you did an amazing job. The food was fantastic. Yeah. It was also beautiful to look at. I didn't take any photos of it because a lot of people were, but it tasted as good as it looked.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you guys have never been to the Terrior Symposium and you're intrigued by it, both Sarah and I didn't engage with a ton of the sessions and a ton of the speeches, but I personally, I don't want to speak for you again, I'll let you speak for yourself. I would come to this event.
Absolutely.
But I would also ask of it somehow to be a little bit more broad. It was great to see people speak from other countries and other areas, but how can we again bring in coast to coast to coast and do it in just an innovative way? But if you're thinking about next year, I would say 100%. See you guys. I would say 100%. Whether you're local or not, in the food industry, you want to be at this event next year.
I would say. I was a little disappointed not to see talks, but at the same time, I feel we got more of an intimacy in conversation as well. So I'm kind of thankful for that. But yeah, I think even farmers Skype in from other remote areas that really want to be a part of this, as we saw, farmers really want to be here and share their stories. So
literally.
So I think having those sorts of options would be great in the future, and also cut carbon. So
carbon is a real thing.
Yep.
Okay, that is it, guys. I am done. Sarah is
very done.
Very done. Yeah. She has a share and subscribe to it. We need support in our industry to help give people a platform to tell their stories. So if you listen to my podcast, please go listen. This is the Half a Dozen Hospitality podcast / the Anthro Dish podcast collaboration from the Terrior Symposium live in Toronto 2019. Thank you guys again for tuning in and supporting.
Hey, whoops.
Finally.
We're done.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.